Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Del Mar Racetrack here on Saturday. It is the 19th of July 2025. Gonna look at the stakes action from Del Mar, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. And also join me today for my Haskell preview from Monmouth, an excellent card of racing there. So I looked at the Haskell Stakes and all the other stakes races on the program there, including the UN. Just go check that out. But it's a good card today from Del Mar. We're going to look at races 7 and 9. So let's get to it right now. Seventh race from Del Mar. It is the Wickerr Stakes. It's going for a purse of $100,000. Race for 3-year-olds here. We have a field of 11 horses going 1,600 meters or a mile here in the Wickerr. I'm going to go with the number 7 horse, Bran. I'm going to go 7-4-11-6 in the superfecta. 7-4-11-6 super. Tops like 7 horse Bran. This 7-year-old gelded by Mahar here. John Sadler trains. Vincent Chiminade gets the mount. They ran the horse most recently down the hillside turf course, Santa Anita, 14th of June. 6.5 furlongs in the Daytona Stakes, and he finished second by 1/4 lengths. The pace kind of melted down for a hillside race late. He just couldn't get there late. The winner had the jump on him, but he did gain some ground. Not a bad race in defeat. I think coming back to a standard mile race where he's course winner, I think he could find a trip to win. He ran 2 back down the hill, down the oval sprinting course, Santino, 6 furlongs in the Siren Lure, where he finished second by half length that day. Only had 3 of the rivals that day, but he set the pace on the fronting in some wicked fast fractions. He just yielded late off those. It wasn't his day to win. I do think he does better running style when he comes from a little bit behind, like he did here on the 21st of July last year, the 1 mile trip and optional 100 claimer was his first start of the season. His only start as a 6-year-old. Won by a length that day. He saw good horses setting the pace that day. He sat back early. Umberto put him out wide late, and he got the job done. A very good race after all said and done. And then he ran the Green Flash Handicap back over the 5 here in the autumn of 23, where he had a decent place that day, or decent 7th place finish. Came back to a decent 7th place finish where he just was in that crowd of horses just closing up from nowhere. He was basically last most of the race. Came back to run in the Eddie D down the hillside turf course after that, where he had a very good place that day. He likes this course. He ran this race 2 seasons ago where a decent third. I'm going to give him a shot to win here. I think your second likeliest winner also could be the number 4 horse here, Final Boss for Juan Hernandez and for John Sadler. Won an optional 80 going a mile and 8th at Santa Anita quite nicely quite a few weeks ago. The races before that last season, weren't bad at all. His only subpar race actually came on this turf course in La Jolla Handicap, where he finished 4th by 3 lengths, where he completely crumbled off a pace late. If he could slow it down in the front end, I think he could win. 6-1, let's use him here, second off the bench. But to recap my selection for the 7th from Del Mar, so Wickerr, gonna take the 7 horse Brand, give kudos to the 4 horse Final Boss, 7-4-11-6 Super, 7-4 in the multi race. The featured 9th race now from Del Mar. It is the San Clemente Handicap. It's a grade 2 event going for a $200,000 purse. Race for 3-year-old fillies. 9 horses are going 1,600 meters or a mile here in the San Clemente. I'm going to go take the rail horse Woodland as a top selection. I'm going to go 1-4-5-8 in the superfecta. 1-4-5-8 super. Top selection, the 1 horse Woodland. This 3-year-old filly by War of Will. Jonathan Thomas trains. Veteran Mike Smith gets the mount. They ran the horse most recently in the grade 2 Edgewood at Churchill, mile 16, 2nd of May. And he ran an okay 5th place finish by 5 1/4 lengths. He was a bit wide. It's probably saw a turf course, a little bit too much moisture in it. It was rated firm, but it was the softer side of firm, and he just really never got going. I think coming back to the West Coast, where he's run well in the past, I think he's going to be in a better spot to win. Also, it's not as tough as a race it was in Edgewood. Ran 2 back in the China Doll at Santino, 1 mile late in March, where he won by 1/4 lengths. Again, 3 other rivals. He stalked, he got the lead, came home clear, very good run. And then last fall in Jimmy Durante Stakes of the 1 mile trip on this turf course, he had a very wide trip that day, and he closed up like an express for it late. Vincent Chiminade, who rode the horse, rode terrifically on this one, and he got the job done going away, and then broke his main on the EPT or on the inner turf course of Woodbine in a main special way back in late October. One of my 1 1/4 lengths, another wide trip. He came home clear. He's either had very wide trips or very low post draw. Today he's gonna have that low post draw. Trading well in the Tapeta at Santa Anita. I think he could win. I think the 4 horse as can or as catch can, excuse me, for Vincent Chiminot and Jonathan Thomas. The stablemate win also. He was a winner in option 75 in late December at Woodbine quite impressively on the Tapeta. Came back to run over the winter at Santini in the Sweet Life down the hill, where he had a very good place, and then a very good place in the Bourbonite Oaks stretching out and trip. His honeymoon stakes a few weeks goes with that at all. Back to Southern California off some decent runs. I'm going to give this horse a 10-1 shot on the late pick four ticket. But to recap my selection for the ninth now from Del Mar, it's the San Clemente Handicap. Going to take the one horse Will Then and give kudos to the four horses Catch Can, 1458 Super, 1-4 in the multi race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.